Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Stokes. If you're in pain, if you're hurting, if you feel lousy, I got some quick tips that is going to get you out of pain fast. So when you're in pain, one of the first things you want to do with that area is increase blood flow and circulation. And a moist heating pad does that better than anything else. Now, the best heating pads are made by a company called Battle Creek Medical Equipment. And they're expensive, but they're the absolute best. They produce a moist heat, almost like a steam, into the area of complaint. What that's going to do is it's going to do two big things. First, it's going to bring an increase of vasodilation to the area, increased blood flow. That's going to help carry away a lot of the chemicals that are causing pain, and we're going to talk more about that later. But also, it's going to relax the area, relax the nerves, tell the brain that it's okay. You see, when you're having a trauma, when you're having an injury, and the brain is stressed out, and the brain can't relax, the brain sends a signal to the area of the trauma to constrict the blood vessels. And as long as that's happening, as long as those blood vessels are being constricted, you're not going to heal. So we have to increase circulation and blood flow, but at the same time, relax the mind so that you can start to heal. And nothing does that better than moist heat. Now, I know there's a lot of people that say you should use ice. Ice helps get rid of inflammation and swelling. It's not true. Moist heat is always the best choice. Unless you have a situation where you just got hit in the arm with a baseball bat, you've got a great big swollen elbow, and you're on your way to the hospital, put ice on that. But if we're talking about chronic degenerative pain, which is what most of us have, or pain from an injury like a herniated disc or a muscle injury, we want to use moist heat, and we never want to put ice on it because ice is traumatic to the body. Ice traumatizes the nerves. Ice causes vasoconstriction. It slows down healing. We don't want to use ice. We want to use moist heat. The next thing we do once we get the moist heat on the area is we want to look at ways to reduce the pain with some supplements. And my number one go-to supplement for pain is Saligesic. And Saligesic is basically a high concentration of white willow bark. Now, there's great studies on white willow bark that show that it's very effective in relieving the types of pain we see with things like sciatica, back pain, neck pain, headaches. And so you're going to want to take the white willow bark, in this case the Saligesic, you're going to want to take that several times a day, preferably 3 times a day with food, and you're going to want to take 2 or 3 of these pills each time that we do it. And that's going to start to eliminate your pain immediately. In fact, by the 2nd or 3rd dose of Saligesic, you should be feeling better already. Another thing that's really important is if you're having pain that's not just when you move, so if your pain is mainly like, when you get up or when you turn a certain way, the Saligesic will do the job. But if you're in constant pain, if you can't find any relief positions at all, if you can't sleep at night, if you hurt 24/7, then in addition to the Saligesic, I usually will recommend patients take California poppy. Now, California poppy is a liquid herb extract, and I recommend 5 to 10 milliliters a day of that herb. It tastes horrible, but it works really well. It's not an opioid, so it's not like taking a narcotic, but California poppy does have a systemic ability to alleviate pain and relax the body. So what it's going to do is it's going to relax muscle tension, it's going to help you sleep at night, it's going to make you feel better. It's going to take your nervous system, which is all jacked up because it's experiencing pain signals, and relax it. So I give that to patients who are, more than just your average sprain strain. I give them a combination of Saligesic and California poppy. So now we got the pain under control. Next thing we want to do is really eliminate the cause of the pain, which is going to be inflammation. Inflammation is good in small amounts, but over time, if we don't eliminate the inflammation, it's going to perpetuate the injury and cause more pain than is needed. Now, how the body works with injury is the brain sends a signal to the immune system, and the immune system sends a bunch of white blood cells to the area of injury. Specifically, what we're interested in is a white blood cell called a neutrophil. Now, these neutrophils are like soldiers with flamethrowers. They go into the area that's injured, and they just spray everything. So they destroy the bad tissue, which we want to destroy. We want to eliminate the debris, but they also destroy the healthy tissue. And if the neutrophil is left in the area for too long, you're going to get chronic pain. So we want to stop that process of the neutrophil from going in there and just destroying everything. And what's interesting is the signal that goes from the injury to the brain to tell the brain to stop those neutrophils from doing that is the same chemical that's basically found in omega-3 fatty acids. And since most patients are deficient in omega-3 fatty acids, unless you're eating fish, 3 times a week or something, or eating grass-fed beef. If you're deficient in omega-3 fatty acids, you're going to have a delayed reaction in stopping those neutrophils. So you want to immediately start to take large amounts of omega-3 fatty acids. And the very best way is Calamari liquid omega-3. Calamari liquid is basically a fish oil from calamari, from squid, and the The oil has two components, EPA and DHA, and these are the essential chemicals that are going to signal the brain, signal the immune system to stop the onslaught against the injury. So it's going to stop the inflammation right away. You're going to want to take a tablespoon of Calamari liquid omega-3 every day. In some cases, I'll have people take up to 2 tablespoons. Some patients don't want to take calamari oil. They can't take fish oil. Either they're vegetarians or for some reason they just think it's gross, although the calamari oil has no taste. It doesn't burp fishy. But if you can't do it, then you can substitute with flaxseed oil. But with flaxseed oil, you're going to have to take 8 to 10 of these capsules a day. And with flaxseed oil, the oil goes into your body and then your liver has to process the oil and make EPA DHA. So there's another step involved biochemically. Whereas if you take the fish oil, if you take the calamari liquid omega-3, boom, you've got the EPA DHA right there ready to go, and it's a much quicker response. So another thing that we want to do once we get the inflammation under control is we really want to try to promote healing. And that means we want the tissue to heal properly, and we don't want scar tissue. Scar tissue is immobile. Scar tissue can snag nerves. Scar tissue is gross. So what we want to do is we want to take a product called Gotu Kola. And Gotu Kola is a liquid product, again, like the calamari. It's a liquid herb, and it's amazing. What it does, take 5 milliliters a day, and what it does, the Gotu Kola, is it promotes angiogenesis. It promotes vascularization or growth of blood vessels into the injury. So what happens is you've got this part of your body that's injured, and the Gotu Kola is going to increase blood flow to that area permanently by branching blood vessels. This is going to prevent buildup of scar tissue. This is going to prevent the area from healing incorrectly. It's going to make this tissue heal with nice, pliable cells as opposed to scar tissue. Gotu Kola is great for that. Also, I like Chlorophyll Complex. Now, this may seem kind of strange, right? Why are you going to take chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is like made in plants. But if you look at the chlorophyll molecule and you compare it to hemoglobin, they're almost identical. And so what chlorophyll does is it really promotes healing in the body. It increases oxygenation, it increases oxygen uptake, it makes the tissue heal better than if you don't take it. And it contains some other minerals and some other types of vitamins and things which are beneficial. There's a great story here in Florida about a guy, Monroe, who used to live in the Everglades in Southwest Florida. And this guy lived to be over 100 years old. And they were asking him, how are you living? What's the secret to your vitality? And he told them that he would drink a tea made from Spanish moss every day. Well, what's interesting is Spanish moss, if you look at it, is basically chlorophyll. And so this is a great testimony to the benefit of taking chlorophyll. And if it works for Monroe and he lived over 100, it's going to work for you. And Spanish moss, it's a really gross type of a thing that grows on trees. And ants like to live in it and bugs like to live in it. So unless you want to go out and get Spanish moss and make tea, buy the Chlorophyll Complex. You're going to want to take 3 or 4 of these chlorophyll pearls several times a day, just like almost like a vitamin, to promote your body healing and promote the tissue that's growing back to grow back properly. Finally, something that not a lot of people know about is something called Inositol. And Inositol is a powder that basically helps your body take food and make energy out of the food. If you are chronically ill anyways, if you have other problems other than the initial injury that you're trying to fix, then chances are you could use more energy. And Inositol is a great product for you to take. You take the powder, you mix it up, you drink it every day. It's going to make your body a ATP manufacturing machine. And ATP is basically an enzyme that your body makes that produces energy. So you take this Inositol, it makes everything you eat break down into ATP easier, it increases energy, and it makes you heal faster. So there's a couple of quick things that you can try. If you're hurting, if you're in pain, if you want to get better faster, try those things. If you're interested in those products, you can call my office and get them from me. Go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and like, leave me comments. I answer all the comments. And if there's anything that you want to know about, just type it in and I'll answer it. In the meantime, best of health. Good luck. Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Stokes. If you like the content of the video you just saw, you want more details, buy one of my books. They're $12. Available online. Heal Yourself, The 7 Steps to Innate Healing, which is all about nutrition, and The Philosophical Physician. You can't go wrong. If you have any comments or questions, ask below. I answer everything. If you're in the Fort Myers, Florida area, come on in and say hi. Thanks.